Hello everyone and welcome to the Creative Thinkers Workshop. Today, my colleagues and I will share with you ways that you can get creative thinking into your classroom. Let's listen as Chrislyn shares with us the importance of creative expression in early childhood.
In our workshop today, we will be discussing the importance of creative expression, the 7 forms of creative expression, and how to create or set up centers in the early childhood education learning environment to ensure that early learners maximize on the full benefits of creative expression. The objectives for today's workshops are 1. To provide an understanding of what creative expression is. 2. To educate teachers about types of creative expression. And 3. To suggest ways in which a teacher can provide a classroom environment that is conducive to creative expression. Now teachers, permit me to enlighten you about the role of play as a teaching learning tool in the early childhood education. Play is a meaningful tool that children use to make sense of the world around them. They use play to link previous knowledge to current experiences, therefore making meaningful connections in the learning process. Play develops children's social, emotional, cognitive, and physical skills. In the learning environment, play provides an opportunity for children to learn tolerance for others, negotiate with classmates, follow rules, discover, explore, and innovate according to UNICEF. Teachers, do you know what creative expression is? According to Hudson, creative expression is a broad artistic spectrum with various creative mediums that is inclusive of drama, dance, theater, creative writing, singing, music, and script writing. Creative expression amplifies knowledge, sensation, and emotion. Now, let's look at 3 reasons why self-expression is important. 1. It improves emotional and mental health, leading to decreased levels of depression and anxiety. Through creative arts, children express themselves in a way they may not be able to do verbally. This helps them to feel valued and raise their self-esteem, leading to positive emotions. 2. Develop children's creativity. Creative expression allows students to form their own ideas through exploration, thinking, and imagining. 3. Improves cognitive function. Creative expression satisfies children's curiosity, helps them to develop observational, problem-solving, and discovery skills which are beneficial in the learning environment. Lashana, will you now tell us more about creative expression?
Thank you, Chrislyn. What an interesting presentation. We are now moving on to session 2 of our workshop, the 7 forms of creative expression that you can use in your early childhood center. There are many ways for children to express themselves creatively. We are aware of drama, music, and art as staples in the early childhood center. However, there are many other methods that children can use to express themselves. Our first activity is entitled the Fitness Circle. In this activity, physical development will be enhanced as well as hand-eye coordination. Have the children stand in a circle around you and demonstrate your own creative exercise move that you have made up on your own. Have them follow suit and allow each child to create their own move. By doing this activity, you will help children to develop physically and mentally as they think of different ways that contribute to their physical health. Another form of creative expression is sculpting. In this activity, teachers, you may give your children cut out shapes that they can use to press into the clay to make their own special or their favorite animals, or you can allow them to form them with their hands. By doing this, you will help the children to express themselves creatively as they choose their own animal and come up with the design and the shape and the color and the size that they feel comfortable with. Another form of creative expression is photography. Teachers, you can give your children small cameras, not expensive cameras, but cameras that they can use to take pictures of things in their natural environment. You can put up a slideshow projector and display these pictures and have the children identify the shots that they have taken. Journaling is another type of creative expression. For this type, we will be journaling the process of plants. How do plants grow? The children will be asked to plant their own plants in the garden. Creative expression through craft. In this activity, children will be making shakers. You will need an empty plastic bottle cut out of pictures, shapes, flowers, whatever you want to use, and beans, macaroni shells, small stones, beads, or whatever you can find that is available to you to put inside the bottle to make the music. In this fun activity, children will develop fine motor skills as they grip the items and pick them up to stick them, design their bottle, place the noodles or beads inside of the bottle to make that wonderful sound. Another form of creative expression is storytelling. Help children to tell their stories in a logical manner by providing them with props such as faces. For example, if they're telling a story about a emotional character who experienced a lot of trouble that made them very angry or upset all the time. Or you may use books such as this one with vibrant, colorful pictures that the children may use as prompts. By doing this, you will help these children to relate their stories, relate their experiences in a logical manner. Another form of creative expression is creative writing. Teachers, for this activity, you will need to cut out pictures or print pictures such as this beforehand and have children put them on paper using glue and allow them to decorate it in any way that they would see fit. In this activity, for the younger children, you may allow them to have little labels with names that identify the pictures, and for the older children, you may allow them to write short sentences that describe what their picture is about or what is happening in their story. Allow children to write on topics that they choose, that they are interested in, and that mean something to them. Preschool First suggests that these arts engage children's minds, bodies, and senses. As children engage in various activities, they are called to listen, observe, imagine, and think critically to solve problems. They seek to create meaning from their experiences. It is highly important for children to participate in these forms as this helps them to be actively engaged in their learning process. Now, Laura will explain to us the importance of creating creative centers in the early childhood environment.
Creative expressions in early childhood education are representations of inventions produced by children's thoughts, ideas, feelings, and experiences, and can take the form of various mediums. Essentially, it is a byproduct of the creative process. Scholars suggest that children need group collaboration, a safe space for self-expression, adult scaffolding, meaningful and challenging experiences, and encouragement in order to stimulate creative thinking. Based on the theoretical and evidential findings of the ingredients necessary to promote creativity and creative expression, it can be inferred that the drama, art, and music centers are ideal for facilitating creative expression. Once intentionally prepared, the drama, art, and music centers facilitate thinking, problem solving, and imagination. During these activities, children are able to articulate their thoughts and ideas through role-play in the dramatic center, visual representations in the art center, and dance and musical compositions in the music center. For children, engaging in these play centers are enjoyable and fun, so they wholly engross themselves in the activities, using all of their senses and multiple developmental domains, increasing the possibilities for learning to occur. Whether it's painting,
creating crafts, or stringing beads. The Art Play Center facilitates innumerable opportunities for creative expressions. Art Center allows the child to explore various materials freely and use art tools as they choose. By trial and error, they discover techniques and methods to design and generate the original masterpieces. Through engagement of their senses and hands-on manipulation, children are able to express their internal thoughts and feelings that they are unable to verbalize. Let's explore some ways the Art Center influences creative expression. Consider a child painting with a feather. For each stroke of the feather on the child's paper, he or she considers the direction of the stroke, the colors to use, and how much paint to apply in order to create the image in his or her mind. As the picture develops, new ideas are formulated and the painting continues until the ideal image is presented. Similarly, a child using a few materials, such as crumpled paper, shape cutouts, and stickers, to create a collage will consider each material and think divergently to thoughtfully apply the materials to produce the finished picture. Open-ended materials of various shapes, colors, and textures that are available in the Art Center engage children's senses and expose them to multiple possible options for their creations. The enjoyment children get from engaging in the art activities keep them captivated in the task, giving them time to imagine, explore, and create. The Art Center gives children the time and space necessary for deep reflection and imagination, enhancing the creative process. The Music Play Center does not only add extra fun in the early childhood classroom. Perlova and Goodwiller point out that music enhances children's thinking, memory, imagination, attention, and emotions, which are important tools for the creative process. Singing, rhymes, and instruments encourage self-expression in a joyful and interactive manner. Importantly, the focus in the center is on the process and not the end product. Repurposing items such as scarves and ribbons for movements or containers and tins for instruments can enhance children's inventiveness as they use the tools freely in various ways. Through songs and poetry such as "If You're Happy and You Know It, Clap Your Hands," children learn how to express themselves and develop interpersonal skills. Through dance and movement, children learn to interpret gestures and facial expressions of others as well as creative moves to exhibit their thoughts, feelings, and needs appropriately. The Dramatic Play Center is the home of pretend, imagination, and roleplay. It's where children go to adopt and dramatize the characteristics of real-life events and people. Singer describes pretend play as an act of creativity and refers to Piaget's proposition of lucid play to describe children's ability to combine real and imaginary aspects of play, but also understand the difference between them. Children are able to combine their prior knowledge and experiences with materials and scenarios that mimic real life, thereby expressing their feelings, thoughts, and ideas of the play scenario. For instance, the use of open-ended props provokes divergent thinking and problem solving. Think of a simple toilet paper tube that can become binoculars, telescopes, tunnels, or microphones. Life-size props enable children to get into the role of the character, extending imagination. For example, with real pots and wooden spoons, children can become chefs. Children can express how they feel about specific situations during dramatic play. Think of a play activity about dentists. This can display if children are afraid of dental checkups. When engaging with material in the Dramatic Play Center and role play, children create stories from scratch. Social interaction with peers at the center provoke the use of gestures and facial expressions and the sharing of ideas that contribute to inventiveness. In this technological era, creativity is seen as a vital skill set that contributes to innovation, inventiveness, and economic, social, and political advancement. During the early years, creativity is at its highest and with the most potential to be nurtured. Supporting the acquisition of these skills in early childhood education increases the chances of children's future success as well as the progress of society. We, the early childhood educators, are in the position to provide children with opportunities for their creativity to erupt and flourish. Efficient use of the drama, art, and music play centers, as well as intentional activities that provoke imagination, thinking, and problem solving, can enhance children's creative process and creativity. Creativity can become part of your everyday activities by modeling creative behavior, using open-ended questions that provoke inquiry, executing hands-on activities that spark interest, displaying children's representations in the classroom, and by creating an environment where children feel comfortable to express themselves and respect diversity. Laying the foundation for creativity and creative expression is the gateway for children's well being and success.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our workshop presentation today. We thank you so much for taking your time to view this presentation. We hope that you take these tips and strategies to create an environment in your classroom that encourages creativity. Remember, creative thinkers create success.